Telltale Fly by Bermudes. Lars ran towards his desk with a mad glare in his eyes, shrieking at his assistant. "What the hell are ashes doing in my ashtray?" Shaking with anger, he ordered her to rid his office of this dirty thing and destroy it. The assistant rushed to do his bidding, and in a matter of seconds, the dirty ashtray was gone, replaced by a shiny new one. Satisfied, Lars began checking his email. There were several invoices for approval, applications for an opening at the firm, various ads and junk mail, all of which were promptly and methodically approved, sorted, reviewed, and deleted as applicable. The ashtray incident was soon forgotten, and his whole day went precisely as usual. Lars left the office at exactly 5 p.m., as he promptly did every day. And on his way home, he stopped at the grocery store and bought a few things. Later, as he stepped inside the house, the bottom of the sack ripped, and with a crash, cans, bottles, fruits, and vegetables were strewn across the plush carpeting. Gathering up his groceries, Lars grumbled to himself about the incompetence of the bagger and the poor quality of paper bags. He hurried into the kitchen and, still grumbling, wiped each can carefully before placing it in a specific order in the cabinets. Then he noticed it. One of the cans had a dent and another a torn label. Disgusting! Lars threw them into the wastebasket, vowing to bag his own groceries in the future. Everything put away and in perfect order, a feeling of accomplishment came over him, but it was soon overcome by one of uneasiness. Lars started towards the foyer and stopped, gaping at the carpeting in sheer horror. For there, just as he had thought, on his otherwise perfect carpet, were indentations and small remnants of debris from his earlier mishap. "My beautiful, beautiful carpet!" he lamented. Lars grabbed the vacuum from within the closet and vacuumed the entire room to perfection. He then proceeded to the next room and the next, vacuuming frantically. When, finally, every inch of carpet was fairly glistening, he put the vacuum away and sat down with a sigh of relief and a smile of contentment on his face. His domain was impeccable again. Slowly the smile faded. His mind raced back to when he was a small boy. Nothing was allowed to be out of place. It all had to be perfect. Otherwise, the punishment was unspeakable. "Oh, hell!" he shouted aloud, rousing himself out of his bleak thoughts. "I must think of the present." He sat there, a smile across his face, feeling very pleased with himself. Everything was in order. Then he heard a slight buzzing sound coming from the kitchen. A little puzzled, Lars followed the noise. Bzzz! It came from the corner. It wasn't long before he realized what the sound was. "A fly!" he shouted with terror. "A dirty, stinking fly!" For an uncontrolled moment, insanity gripped his mind. His face tightened. Then it relaxed as he regained self-control. Logic took over. He hurried to close off passages where any other flies might enter. His next thought, get rid of the insect. That nasty, dirty, filthy creature which represented to him the ultimate measure in uncleanliness. With that in mind, he set about chasing it with a fly swatter. Round and round the room went the fly, with Lars trailing behind. Each time he tried to swat it, the fly moved just in time. They went on and on, playing a game of cat and mouse. Lars swatting, the fly dodging. The insect buzzed into the dining room. Lars tore after it, cursing himself under his breath for not closing the door between. Now the fly was already buzzing around the drawing room. Damn it! It went from room to room until Lars gave up and sat down to catch his breath. But not for long. Soon, he was up and on his way after it, this time armed with bug spray as well. The fly flew on and on, always out of reach, and Lars fled after it, knocking down ornaments and furniture along his way in a frenzy to kill the insect. The air soon became so thick with the mist of the spray that he could hardly see where he was going as he choked on the fumes. The chase extended well into the early hours of the morning, the fly always managing to escape the hits. Finally, Lars lost sight of the creature and sank to the floor in sheer exhaustion. Bzzz! The sound was very near. Lars lowered his eyes to the floor. "No," he whispered in disbelief. The fly was there beside him. He blinked expecting the vermin to be gone once he opened his eyes. But it was still there. Inch by inch, Lars raised the swatter, careful not to disturb the insect. Slowly, ever so slowly, until the deadly weapon was directly above where the fly lay. He flung the swatter with amazing force. Again he blinked, not believing his own eyes. The fly lay dead on the floor. He grinned with mad triumph and sat up straight and erect, shoulders back, head held high. Then his eyes scanned the room. Oh God. It was in shambles. Pottery and china were shattered all around. Furniture was overturned and cushions were strewn about. White-faced, he slowly walked from room to room in quiet panic. Each one was as destroyed as the first. No! 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 Lars screamed on, each scream louder than the one before. They found him at 5 a.m. that morning. He was curled up in the middle of the dining room, rocking back and forth, screaming hysterically. He screamed all the way to the psychiatric hospital, but at the sight of the orderlies in their clean white suits, he stopped, his eyes bloodshot, his face colorless, a satisfied smile on his lips. They took Lars into a small room, just big enough for a bed. Sitting him on the bed, they left, locking the door behind them. Ah, Lars sighed. He had all he had ever wanted: peace, quiet, and cleanliness. He looked around the room. Yes, this will do nicely. Then his contented smile faded as he heard a slight buzzing sound from the corner.